Assalamu alaikum. Today my presentation is on the research article about apomorphine sublingual film for off episodes in Parkinson's disease, and I am Dr. Aisha Mubarak from RF Memorial Hospital. Now, what are off episodes? The period when levodopa has a positive effect on Parkinson's symptoms is called on time. Once the medication stops working, a so-called off episode starts where symptoms reoccur. An off episode may include symptoms such as muscle stiffness, slow movements, and difficulty starting movements. Many patients with Parkinson's disease have potentially disabling off episodes that are not responsive to levodopa. In this study, the safety and efficacy of apomorphine sublingual film is assessed as an on-demand therapy for off episodes in patients with Parkinson's disease. This is a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study which was done by movement disorder specialists at 32 sites in the US and 1 in Canada. Patient eligibility criteria was patients who had Parkinson's disease, but they also had 2 hours or more of off time per day with predictable morning off periods, were responsive to levodopa, and were on stable doses of anti-Parkinsonian medication. The mean age in this study was 63 years, and patients were given increasing doses of apomorphine sublingual until a tolerable full-on response was achieved. Patients were then randomly assigned to receive the effective dose of apomorphine sublingual film or matching placebo in a 12-week double-blind maintenance phase. The primary endpoint was the in-clinic change from pre-dose to 30-minute post-dose. Patients were then analyzed using a Movement Disorder Society Unified Parkinson's Disease Rating Scale, which showed their motor score at week 12. The findings were that out of 109 patients, they were randomly assigned to receive apomorphine sublingual film. 54 received the medication and 55 of them received placebo. Now, mild to moderate oropharyngeal events were the most common side effect. They were reported in 17 patients receiving apomorphine and 4 patients receiving placebo. Other adverse effects were nausea, somnolence, and dizziness. Orthostatic hypotension, syncope, dyskinesia, hallucinations, prolongation of the QT interval, and impulse control disorders were infrequent or did not occur at all. One patient who was treated with apomorphine sublingual film who already had cardiovascular risk factors had a fatal cardiac arrest. Now, this is the percentage of oropharyngeal events. In sublingual apomorphine, the percentage of oropharyngeal events was 31%, and in placebo they were only 7%. Now, these are the other side effects. The most common was oropharyngeal events, which was 31%. Nausea was 28%, being the second common, and then 13% was somnolence, and dizziness were only seen in 9% of the patients. The result was that at week 12, the sublingual film showed statistically significant treatment difference of 7.6 points over placebo in the criteria that was used, which was Movement Disorder Society Unified Parkinson's Disease Rating Scale. So the interpretation was that nearly 1/3 of the patients discontinued treatment because of the oropharyngeal side effects. But the apomorphine sublingual film still provided an efficacious on-demand treatment for off episodes for most patients with Parkinson's disease in this trial. But still, the long-term safety and efficacy of the apomorphine sublingual film are currently being investigated and still underway. So it needs to be further investigated, and more clinical trials needs to be done on this. Thank you.